Hey everyone, Sam at Wyvern Kodiak, and I have with me the Pictus XL by Gecko Customz. Chris the Kodiak recently purchased this, and I grabbed it from him to do a review on this, and you know, I don't want to give it back. So let's get into this thing because I'm excited. Let's just say that. So starting off here, you have these gorgeous titanium scales on here. Beautiful milling pattern, almost like a disconnected square over here. It's just, like two L's interlocking or interfacing or something. I don't know what to call this milling pattern, but it is absolutely stunning. Beautiful chamfering on the edges over here all the way around. Really softens everything and makes it very, very comfortable. You have a titanium backspacer that wraps around that little nub at the end of the handle here. You have a titanium milled pocket clip, which if you look here, it's got a nice elongated ramp. It's a rounded bottom over here. This should work pretty good on here. You have some nice jimping that goes up and around the front flipper, which is exactly what we always talk about on front flippers. This is delivering exactly what we want. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is a bolster style liner lock on here. So very cool, tucked in. So let's open this up. And there you have this awesome like drop point modified Wharncliffe Tonto like blade. Beautiful deep hollow grind, super thin behind the edge. You get to here and you almost feel like your fingers are touching. You have your little frog dude right there. That is the Gecko Customz logo. And then on this side, it is nice and clean. This is an S90V on the blade steel, and this was OEM'd by Kubi Knives. So Kubi was the builder on this, and they did a fantastic job. So let's talk about specs on this thing. So we're looking at 8.62 inches overall. The blade comes in at 3.62 inches and it weighs 4.4 ounces. So really not bad for a knife over 8.5 inches. So doing some size comparisons here. I'm going to pull out the EMP EDC Nimble X. And then we'll look at the Benchmade bug out next to it. And you can see here that the Pictus XL dwarfs both of them. So it is a biggin. And for smiles and grins, we'll put it up next to the original size Gracchus. I'm sorry, the original size Pictus and my Gracchus. So here you go. And you can see that it is much bigger than the original Pictus. And it's got probably a good 1/4 of an inch or so on the Gracchus. So it is bigger than the Gracchus as well. And so full size knife for sure, a biggin, but very, very agile knife. So just absolutely gorgeous. And then look at the lock bar axis. Look at the milling right there. They put some step milling right there on the lock bar chamfer. So beautiful work right there. And then looking inside here, you can see that it has some windows milled into the scale over there. So doing some weight reduction as well. Very nice touch on that. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about the ergos. Ergos in hand, I've got my double XL hand here, 4-finger grip in the choke back position, and I am just super, super comfortable right here. Absolutely lovely. Couldn't ask for a better grip here. I do not have any pinch points or hot spots or anything. You can get right here into the finger choil here, choke up. This is home sweet home for me. I love that finger choil. And where I'm getting up in here, again, no pinch points, no hot spots. I can do some pinch grips, I can do some draw cuts, I can do all that kind of stuff here. So this knife is very, very comfortable for all different types of grips and very utilitarian friendly. So let's talk about the action on this knife, and this is where this thing shines. So the action on this thing is on bearings, drop, shake, closed, reverse flick, very easy. Front flipper is very easy, very glassy smooth, incredibly fidgety. You can get way down here if you're struggling on the reverse flick, though I don't think you will. This is an incredibly easy knife to reverse flick. If I can get my thumb in here, right here, you can see that you can thumb deploy this as well. So very, very easy knife to manipulate and actuate here. All modes of actuation are spectacular and work exactly the way you want, and they are just smooth as butter. So I absolutely love this thing so far. This is, you know, I love the original Pictus. I really do. I love the original Pictus. I thought it was one of the best knife drops of 2025. And the one thing that I probably would have said was that I do wish it was a little bit bigger. And Steve Stewart of Gecko Customz delivered with the Pictus XL, and that is exactly what we got. Was everything that I had wished this knife would have been, and he did that on this. So kudos to him. Kudos to Kubi for delivering stellar fit and finish on this thing. Absolutely spectacular. So let's take a look at this pocket clip here, and let's test this out, because you know, we test all our pocket clips on this channel. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to give the full picture of what this knife looks like for everybody. So for those of you new to the channel, I'm going to take this knife, put it in the pocket, see how easy it slides in, how good the retention is on the pocket clip, how easy it slides out of the pocket, and any long-term damage or fraying it does to the edges and seams of the pocket. Now these are medium thickness jeans. So do with that information what you will. I can't speak to how they're going to fit in, say, basketball shorts or sweatpants or something like that, but this will at least give you an idea of what most people are wearing on the average day. So here we go. Let's put this in position here, ready to go. A little bit of pressure, slides right over the top into the pocket. There you have it. Sticks out of the pocket probably about a ½ inch or so. Not terrible. It's not deep carry, but really not bad at all. Would not prevent me in any way, shape, or form from having any interest in something like this. I don't mind a little bit sticking out of the pocket like that. Retention on this knife is outstanding. You can see it's moving the pants, but it is not moving the knife in the pocket. And then pulling it out is just as easy as going in. No issues whatsoever on the edges or seams of the pockets. So we have a really, really good pocket clip there. No issues whatsoever. It is slightly stiff, but I think that'll loosen up with a little bit of time and a little bit of going in and out of pockets. It'll probably flex a little bit, and I don't think there's going to be any issues. So I think it's a winner. All in all, it is a winner across the board in my eyes. So is there anything I don't like about this knife? You know, there's really only one thing, and it's not an end-all be-all. I want one of these. So I can certainly tell you that it's not going to prevent me from buying one. But I would say that if I had it my way, I would have the jimping go out further. And it's only because in the choke back position right here, this jimping, I'm competing with the scales on the edge here, so it's a little bit slick, and the jimping doesn't quite lock you in the way I want it to. Okay, and then in the choked up position, I'm not on any jimping, I'm just missing it completely. So, you know, jimping up the spine a little ways would be probably my one ask. Other than that, no, this knife is absolutely stellar and perfect. The ergonomics are fantastic, the action is spectacular. I just absolutely love everything else about this knife. So Let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. And just so you know, the Pictus XL is going to have a drop on August 1st. So I think it's the frag pattern version of these. So if you're interested, you may want to show up early and grab one quick because they do not last long. But they will be available on August 1st, going on sale. So check those out. And then if you're not subscribed to the Wyvern Kodiak YouTube channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. We certainly do appreciate the support. And if you're not following us on Instagram, check us out on Instagram at Wyvern Kodiak. And then last but certainly not least, head over to our website, wyvernkodiak.com. Sign up for the newsletter and get informed on all things Wyvern Kodiak, including knife drops, merchandise release, and statuses on pre-orders. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This thing is really a special knife, and if you're lucky enough to have one of these, I think you'll understand why people make such a big deal out of these. This thing's amazing. If you get a chance, grab one. I hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you so much for your time, and you all have a fantastic day.